The American dream. For generations, it was a promise etched in the very fabric of the nation. But what happens when the blueprint for that dream changes with each passing generation? The baby boomers built their world on a foundation of post-war prosperity. They saw factories churn and suburbs bloom, believing that hard work guaranteed a house, a car, and a secure future. There was a capitalism of tangible growth and seemingly endless opportunity. Then came Gen X, the latchkey kids who grew up in the shadow of corporate downsizing and economic uncertainty. Navigating the cubicle maze, they witnessed the dot-com bubble inflate and burst, fostering a pragmatic, cynical view of a system that felt less like a promise and more like a gamble. Millennials inherited a landscape scarred by crisis, burdened by student debt and thrust into the gig economy after the 2008 crash. They began to question the very fairness of the system itself, their faith in traditional capitalism shaken to its core. Now, Gen Z, the digital natives, are redefining the rules entirely. Armed with smartphones, they champion ethical consumerism and the passion economy, demanding that capitalism not only work for them, but also align with their values for generations. For different Americas, the economic engine that once powered a unified dream now stands at a crossroads, its future being written in real time by a populace with vastly different paths and profoundly divergent expectations. Baby boomer, a Gen X, a millennial, and a Gen Z reps stare forward with determined expressions. Capitalism and generational debate. To the baby boomer, capitalism was a ladder of opportunity, a promise that hard work led straight to the top. But for the millennial, that ladder often leads directly into a wall of student debt. Gen X, ever the individualist, simply shrugs and holds a sign saying go your own way, while Gen Z bypasses the old structures entirely, crowdsourcing their startup dreams directly from their phones. When discussing a system, the boomer proudly points to a factory, a symbol of industrial might and prosperity. This image is sharply contrasted with millennials and Gen X. Watching from the sidelines, the Gen X offers a cynical, knowing look, having seen promises rise and fall before. The divide deepens when it comes to wealth. The boomer enjoys a robust, overflowing retirement fund, a reward for a lifetime of work. The Gen X, however, manages a more modest 401k with cautious pragmatism. The millennial anxiously juggles gig economy payments on their phone, while the Gen Z representative embraces volatility, trading crypto and meme stocks with a tap of their screen. Rapid cuts show the faces of the four generations. The boomers' confidence, the skepticism, the millennials' anxiety, and Gen Z's defiance. This ends on a large question mark. What is there to balance on the imbalance? Here are for individuals, a baby boomer, a Gen X, a millennial, and a Gen Z standing back to back. They turn to face the camera one by one, their expressions reflecting confidence, skepticism, purpose, and passion, a clash of generations, a battle of beliefs. The baby boomer receives a gold watch, a symbol of 40 years of unwavering loyalty to one company. In contrast, the millennial and Gen Z representatives navigate a web of digital arrows, job hopping from a startup in a van to launching a personal brand online. For them, passion isn't a luxury, it's the entire point. Success, too, is a concept fractured by time. We see the boomers sprawling suburban homes, a monument to material achievement. This image dissolves to the Gen X in a smaller, cozier house, breathing a sigh of relief security achieved. Meanwhile, the millennial success is a gallery of travel photos, and the Gen Z's is a viral post showcasing a unique, thrifted outfit. It's assets versus authenticity. Even the purpose of a paycheck divides them. The boomer stands as a traditional provider, his earnings a shield for his family. Gen X uses theirs to pay down a mortgage, buying personal freedom. But for the younger generations, money is a vote. They meticulously research brands, choosing to support companies that align with their environmental and social principles, even at a higher cost. The 4 representatives stand at a crossroads, each path leading towards a different horizon. A final montage shows their determined faces as they look toward their chosen futures. A compass spins wildly, its needle a blur, unable to find north. The faces of 4 representatives fade into view, each observing the chaotic needle with a distinct expression: a baby boomer, a Gen X, a millennial, and a Gen Z. First, a factory belches smoke. It can maximize profits by dumping waste or invest heavily in green tech. The boomer points to a rising stock chart, giving a decisive thumbs up. Gen X sighs, weighing a paycheck in one hand and a wilted plant in the other. The millennial is already on a laptop researching sustainable alternatives. Meanwhile, Gen Z films the smokestacks. Their post caption shut it down. Next, a new app promises convenience but sells user data. The boomer clicks accept terms without a second glance. Gen X scoffs but uses it anyway, muttering about privacy being dead. The millennial navigates the settings, carefully limiting data sharing. The Gen Z representative deletes the app, then creates a viral post exposing its privacy violations. Finally, a company can replace its workforce with AI to triple efficiency. The boomer signs the order, focused on the bottom line. Gen X anxiously updates their resume. The millennial organizes a workshop to retrain displaced colleagues. Gen Z takes to an online forum, arguing for universal basic income. A split screen shows the 4 pots, counting money, looking uncertain, helping others, and leading a protest. Its needle still unsettled, a reflection of a moral landscape in constant flux.